When you visit a theme park or an amusement park, the roller coasters are normally the premier attraction. Whether they feature a lift hill or launch, are made of steel or wood, these rides are generally the most popular attractions at their park and draw in the most guests. This is naturally because of how much fun they are. Whilst roller coasters aren't everyone's cups of tea, they are designed to be enjoyable, and they are to the majority of their riders. Why is this the case though? On the surface, roller coasters seem like they would be unpleasant, with forces sometimes quadrupling those we are used to, and inversions that occasionally dangle us upside down for several seconds. So why do we enjoy roller coasters? Find that out in this video. Firstly, strangely enough, fear is one of the reasons we're drawn to roller coasters. Studies show that riding roller coasters can increase your heart and breathing rates, and also causes other symptoms of fear such as energy boosts. All of these are caused by the fight or flight response, which I'm sure you've heard of before. This is our hardwired natural response to fear, which evolved from our early days as hunter-gatherers. It means that if we were about to be attacked by a saber-toothed tiger or something of the sort, we would either stand our ground and fight it, or do what is probably the smarter option and run away. And to run away you need energy, and for energy you need to respire, and to respire you need oxygen. Therefore your breathing rate increases so you can take in more oxygen, and your heart rate increases so you can pump the oxygen to your cells through the blood. But how does this apply to roller coasters? Well, this sort of fear-inducing fight or flight response triggers certain responses in the brain. For example, when we experience fear of any kind, such as when watching horror movies, bungee jumping, and yes, riding roller coasters, the brain releases neurotransmitters such as dopamine and adrenaline, which set off the aforementioned fight or flight response. However, these also have other effects on the body. Dopamine is famously a feel-good neurotransmitter and causes us to feel pleasure. So the fear you feel when riding a roller coaster is in fact causing you to feel happier and thus enjoy the experience. And as previously mentioned, adrenaline is also released when riding roller coasters. The biological purpose of adrenaline is to increase blood flow to muscles, heart output, and blood sugar levels in order to increase your readiness for the fight or flight response. It's a very important adaptation to keep humans safe from danger. However, adrenaline is also a very fun experience. The term adrenaline junkie is often thrown around when referring to those who love thrilling experiences such as roller coasters, skydiving, and bungee jumping. When adrenaline is released, it causes an increase in energy, initially for escaping danger, but on roller coasters it just makes you feel very hyper, no pun intended. If you've ever been on a high thrill coaster, which if you're watching this video then you probably have, then you know that when you hit the brake run, you're hit with loads of energy, which feels really good and refreshing. Our body likes feeling energetic, and so we enjoy getting that feeling of an adrenaline rush. Additionally, roller coasters can also provide new sensations. Most people aren't experiencing 4Gs of forces on a day-to-day basis, so these new feelings of high forces or airtime or whippy inversions are just a very exciting and different experience. As humans, we love experiencing new things and feeling new sensations, which is why we enjoy exploring so much. Therefore, this different and new sensation of riding a roller coaster is very much welcomed and enjoyed. But those aren't the only reasons why we enjoy roller coasters though. Whilst this somewhat relates back to how we enjoy adrenaline, we also enjoy the feeling of being out of control. In our lives, there is very much a sense of control. We are attached firmly to the ground by gravity, and we know that each step we take isn't going to fling us out to Mars. There's also very much a sense of control in our lives. We can mostly plan out what path we want to take and how we want to approach certain things. And although roller coasters are perfectly safe and controlled, click the link in the top right to find out how, the feeling of not being in control of what direction we fly in, or how we whip around corners and fly through inversions can be very refreshing and new. And that's what a lot of this is. Finding feelings and experiences that are new and different to how we spend the majority of time. Roller coasters give us a sense of escapism and disconnection from reality, which can be refreshing and fun. It's why humans have always gone after stories and art, to explore things that aren't familiar and experience something new. That aside, escapism isn't the only reason why we enjoy roller coasters so much. For most people, roller coasters are frightening, and overcoming them can make some feel as if they've achieved something big. For example, when you tell someone you've been to Alton Towers, they'll often ask if you conquered the Smiler, and it's the same for any roller coaster. The sense of overcoming a coaster you were scared of and enjoying it can certainly make you feel very proud, and it definitely did for me when I first got into riding roller coasters. The pride in achievement, mixed with the previously mentioned new sensations and adrenaline rush, can certainly make riding a roller coaster a worthwhile and fun experience for the general public and roller coaster enthusiasts alike. And speaking of coaster enthusiasts, they ride roller coasters a lot more than the average person, and when it gets to the point of having literally hundreds of coaster credits, surely the sensations felt on coasters aren't new to them anymore. And yes, this is true in a lot of cases. Enthusiasts are used to the feelings that you get on roller coasters, but that doesn't mean we enjoy them any less. For one, we still get the fight or flight response. Even if we aren't scared to ride a coaster in our minds, our body still has the same reaction of releasing dopamine and adrenaline, which again makes us feel good. Additionally, anyone can appreciate how layouts are crafted and the way the elements flow into one another. Since becoming a coaster enthusiast, I've been able to enjoy coasters a lot more since I have an understanding of the effort that goes into crafting well-rounded layouts. And also, the feeling of lifting out of your seat from airtime is always fun, whether it's the first, 10th or 100th time. Well, that's all well and good, but the actual layouts and ride hardware aren't the only reason we enjoy roller coasters. For some, big thrill coasters are too thrilling, and some can find them unpleasant, so naturally there isn't much of a reason to ride them for them. This is where theming comes in. Now, if you've seen my video about amusement parks and theme parks, you'll know that theming can wildly change the experience you get when riding, or even just queuing for a roller coaster. Take Expedition Everest at Disney's Animal Kingdom, for example. If this coaster was just a layout plonked on a flat tarmac pad, then it would be an okay family coaster, but it would come nowhere near to how far up in people's rankings it comes as it is. The huge mountain, the indoor sections, and the storytelling aspect of the ride make it less of just a coaster and more of an experience. Being told a story and being part of that story can hugely improve a coaster, whether it's a thrill coaster or a family coaster. And those who perhaps don't enjoy going on thrill coasters, as previously mentioned, can still get a worthwhile experience out of riding well-themed family coasters, such as Cosmic Rewind at Epcot and Storm Chaser at Fulton's Park. And of course, when a fun layout and theming is combined, it can create the optimal roller coaster experience, such as Fly at Phantasialand, Velocicoaster at Islands of Adventure, Voltron at Europa Park, and the list goes on. What I'm saying is that the enjoyment you get out of roller coasters isn't purely based on the layout, and whilst that's where a lot of it comes from, the environment that the coaster is in also plays a big part in your enjoyment of a roller coaster. So that's a bunch of different reasons why we love roller coasters. From the biological processes of releasing dopamine and adrenaline, to seeking out new sensations, to being immersed in a story, it's clear why roller coasters are so popular and are the centerpiece of most, or if not all, parks that they inhabit. But is there anything I missed? Comment down below if so, and don't forget to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more theme park and roller coaster related videos coming soon. Take care and goodbye.